Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, 27th of July, the year of our Lord, 2025. 12 days, we're in a waxing crescent moon, 21 days to a full moon, and it's 68% humidity, pretty high. Anyway, so here we are in July, getting ready to go into August, and it is 62 degrees in the garden this morning. This is why we call this place Knuckle Bark Ranch, because we keep knocking the bark off of our damn knuckles. All right, look at that. Anyways, did that yesterday when we were loading up, we were topping off these beds. So we went around yesterday. I went to Abernathy and got some of that compost, the city ready. And we filled all the beds up. What are y'all doing? What are you guys doing? That's Maverick. And that is Momo. She's the mama of all these kitties. During COVID, we couldn't, sorry buddy, during COVID, we couldn't get her fixed because all of the veterinarians were busy. And of course, COVID restricted a lot of that stuff. So she got pregnant. I don't like that word, knocked up. Anyway, she got pregnant. And that's that. So these potatoes, we dug one up right here a few days ago to seed one day last week. We dug one of these potatoes up, and they are not doing anything, and they probably won't until the fall. So they're gonna bound up my beds until fall, which is okay. I got plenty of beds. That's why I put so many beds in, just in case. So our peppers are doing really good. We filled these in. Of course, we pulled the dirt away from the base of the plant. We don't want that to happen. And still got to pull the stuff away from there. These, excuse me. Last week I fertilized these with some 1515, these peppers. This is Serrano. And these are mammoth jalapenos, and I've already pickled some of those, a couple of quarts of those. And these guys, the Santa Fe Grandes, Canyons are coming on. Look at them. They're going to be nice. I hope they get big. The chili red hots they'll turn red, be time to harvest. And those will dry. We'll dry them out and chop them up. This is a hot banana pepper. And this is Maverick. He's just so needy this morning. Aren't you? My cat. My little cats. So we do a fair good job. I mean, I don't have to worry about the only predators that are out here in the varmints are the coyotes and the bobcats. And God forbid we don't have any problems with wolves around here. Stupid government. Our government is so stupid. Anyways, so, hey, you need to quit doing that. You're going to break that plant off. Get down from there. And these are red bell peppers. We have sweet banana peppers over there. We also have hot banana peppers. And we have shishito hots here. Santa Fe Grandes. I love these. I pickled some the other day. And these guys, this plant right here, now we're going to keep the seeds out of these because they're doing so well. Any of these plants that do good, we are going to save the seeds. Well, this is a Serrano. This is a different flavored kind of pepper than the Maverick. These are different peppers than the jalapenos, but they're still good. And I really like these mammoths. I want to grow some more of those, and they did really well. We picked them all off there and pickled them the other day, or I did. And we fertilized these one day last week, and they have come alive. Stop that. we have listen, 15. And I go out to Normac and I get that stuff out there. It's cheaper. They got a bigger bulk supply. If you got a small garden, just get your stuff at Home Depot or Lowe's. I think a majority of these plants came from Home Depot this year. So, and our beans are just about at their apex. They're nice and big. These are Carolina Crowders, I'm pretty sure, if I got the name right. And we will definitely be drying these pods and cracking them open, getting the black-eyed peas. These are black-eyed peas. And we'll be getting these and replanting these again. We are going to plant, we've already planted more along the trellises. We're going to pull these out, harvest these snow peas, and then we'll plant more right along there. And they seem to be doing okay. We're gonna, and this is our grab bag. This is a mixture of different things that volunteered to grow in with the potatoes, and we got more potatoes planted over there a couple of weeks ago. So anyways, and here's more peppers. These are more serranos. Look at them. They are just coming alive. Yeah, that fertilizer makes a difference. Now that's a balanced fertilizer. And we also have more bloom. I think it's like a 0.67, and I even have some that are 0.06. So NPK, on the NPK number. Nitrogen, let me see, I can't hardly remember anything anymore. Nitrogen, potassium, NPK. No, it's nitrogen, potash, and potassium. Anyway, so we want these guys to bloom, and they are blooming. And they're doing well. And these are jalapenos, and jalapenos got a wonderful flavor. Everybody loves those. And so I have in-laws that wanted some hot peppers. They didn't care about the sweet peppers. They want the hot peppers. So I'm growing the hot pepper. I love them too. I just never have been, eating them. And then these are some kind of chili arbol pepper. This guy's not putting on, and he's gotten the same Maverick, you're so needy, Maverick. Anyways, all right. Look at these. These are Armenian cucumbers. No bitterness. They really good. They may have that same problem. I put some stuff in the soil. I planted black-eyed peas along here. Cow peas in the back. And these are Carolina Crowders, and I planted on 724. Yep. Anyway, so hopefully we'll get them vined up. A lot of blossoms falling off of those Armenian cukes. Anyway, so that's what we got going on here this morning. Yesterday we kind of ravaged the garden. Come on, Mav. Okay, never mind. See you later. Oh, cramping up. I hate that. And we're gonna get our onions started. Our onion starts right here. We got the seeds for those. We're gonna put reds in this one, yellows in this one. We have Valencia and yellow Walla Walla sweets. We're gonna plant there. We're gonna plant cabbage here. We're gonna plant Chinese cabbage there. We don't need a whole lot because we don't need a lot of it. And then we're gonna plant the regular cabbages in them beds just outside those tomato plants. Here is our cow peas again. And they're looking really, really good, really healthy. It's kind of dangerous to walk out around here for an old guy like me because we have a tendency to roll down the hill. Anyways, That's what happens to you when you get old. Yeah, your balance goes away. So we're waiting for those to turn purple or red, whatever color they look purple to me. Anyways, and they're getting big. And so we just fertilized them last week too, and I can notice a difference on the sizes of those pods. We're gonna let all these just do their thing. They didn't look too good. They're high nitrogen feeders too. I need to just give them some ammonium nitrate. And this right here is poke salad. We're gonna cut that back. But I mean, look at that. It loves that soil. And these guys do get fertilizer, and they get fertilized with probably should give them just ammonium nitrate. Probably maybe some 10-0-0. And see what happens. These guys here, we harvested all of the leeks out of here to get the seeds, even though they bolted right away, not understanding why. Never had that problem in this bed before. So these are our exposed beds. The deer have never eaten the asparagus and the onions, and that's why we grow them out here in the exposed beds. They didn't eat any of the leeks. But what's crazy is they are eating the bunching onions right here. And if you notice it's like somebody mowed the grass. I really don't understand. I've never seen them eat the asparagus or the onions. And obviously they are eating that. So I think they've eaten it and found out it doesn't harm them. Usually they're repulsed from that stuff, but they're eating it. So we do have some harvest that we've already done. These are leeks. They're drying out. We're going to get the seeds and replant here real soon, and we want to get them planted. And then here's our snow peas, our premature black-eyed peas. Some did turn red or purple, but they're still not dry enough to hull. Anyways, they're easy. These guys these grow really, really well. And these are called Oregon snow peas. And so they're used to cold weather growth. And we are going to start another batch of these. Of course, we want the cowpeas now, but we are going to start these in September because they like the cooler weather. And they germinated at a certain temperature. Anyways, it's not conducive for the summer weather. And so that's that. So we got a volunteer here in this bed, and we just kind of let it grow. We'll see what we got here, what these melons are, but it's a big producer. And so we leave it out here for the deer. Now here's something that I noticed. The deer are eating the leaves and the ends of these shoots. This has promoted these melons to accelerate. So the growth is going into the melons and not the foliage. Anyways, it's working well. I'm going to harvest these cucumbers. We don't want them to get any bigger than that because then the seeds get hard. And that's not what you want. You don't want them hard seeds. So it won't be long. I hope we get enough. I'll have to get a little bit smaller jar. I did 2 quarts last week of the mammoth jalapenos, the grandes, and the small jalapenos like we have over here by Mr. Maverick. And that is what we're going to be doing pretty soon. Now the ones that I canned last year, they're called cold canning. They're not, you can't put them in the cupboard. So, oops. Oh, look what I did. I broke it. That's all right. We'll eat it. All right. So 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 the these 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 cucumbers that I grew right along here, they got infected really bad. Some kind of root conglomeration, globular looking stuff on the roots. So they started looking like this and that right there. And so that tells me that we have some of the same problems here with these. See this one, so we'll just clip these off, pitch them over the bank. Yeah, see that, and it just could be, I mean, I thought it was just that they weren't getting pollinated, but no, it's not that. They are infected, so they'll be coming out soon. I was just hoping to get cucumbers all the way up into August. So what'll happen too, like in July and when August rolls around, what happens with these cucumbers and a lot of these plants, they get infested really bad. And I'm in the firm belief that you can't eradicate aphids and whitefly. You can actually, you can knock the whitefly out pretty easy because you can kill them easy. Aphids are a little bit harder. So in August, when August rolls around and you get, now these had aphids, but I've been spraying them quite religiously to try to get, because these are my pepper plants and I want to get a good harvest of peppers. So we have jalapenos. And like I said, I'm going to hot can these serranos and the jalapenos on the next batch. But so forgot what else I was going to say to you guys, kind of give you some pointers. Like I said, I don't know why this one's not even putting on blossoms. And if it doesn't pretty soon, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. And because I can put some cabbage in here. I do have, like I said, cowpeas on the backside. And those are Carolina Crowders. And so they're viners. And so we're going to plant some more viners. I do like the bush, and I will be planting more of them. They got ready way too soon, and they were pretty small, but that's okay because we will harvest them and use the seeds and replant. We'll definitely be replanting these. These did real well. So anytime you have plants that do excellent, they produce a lot, make sure you get the seeds, and make sure, what's this? Look at there. Make sure you get the seeds, and make sure that you reuse them the following year, because year after year, I had a big one over there on the cucumbers, on the Armenian cucumbers, and I'll single one out, and I'll just, because you don't need that many seeds. They produce a lot of seeds. And I didn't save any of the Japanese longs because they got infected real bad, so I won't be doing any of those. So the ones that are more resistant to disease and viruses and mold and mildew, those are the ones you want to keep. Would you quit? You're picking on that plant, aren't you? Anyways, so see, they're nice big. And when they turn purple, then they'll start drying out, and that's when you want to pick them. Then these plants are done. We'll pull them out. We'll remove this cage. This cage, I don't like this cage. We're gonna go purchase some more of these 16-foot cow panels, and we're gonna put one up here, and then over here we need to have something better. And instead of having to have all these supports, why these cow panels do real well. You can see they do well over here. I'm pretty sure those are 14 feet is the length on those. It might be 16, I'm not sure, but that's a perfect size for what you want to use it for. Anyways, so that's that for today. I think I'll walk it. Well, maybe it ain't. Maybe it ain't. Come on. Come on. Come on. If you want to go with me, come on. Anyways. So, yeah, I'll go up on the upper garden. I usually start up there, but the lawn was getting watered. It waters every other day. So, looks like everybody got watered today. We'll come back and dump those and fill them up with fresh water for the cats. I got a doe that's got 3 fawns, and I know they're not all going to survive because they usually don't. But she comes in and gets her water and feeds. We let them eat anything that's outside the wire, they get to feed on. So this bed's watering. Oh, we got something chewed a hole in the pipe. Look at that. These freaking mice and the ground squirrel. We don't have many ground squirrels around here, thank God. But the rabbits chew a hole in my lines. Look how these tomatoes up here are doing. They're doing really, really well. I don't like that the tops are split. It's kind of a bummer. I do have some of the seeds that we grew year before last, because last year was a bust on the tomatoes. And so that's why my lower garden tomatoes are not doing, and it's just right down there, they're not doing so well. And then, so I planted up here. I thought, I better get something, plant something somewhere else. Now these were planted, they're mature plants. These right here were planted later, and they're doing okay, but they're not doing, they're not putting on a lot of fruit, but they will. So this environment here is different than the environment down there. It's warmer up here than it is down there in the daytime. So let's see what we got going on here in our melon patch. See if I can get in here. Oh, casabas. Look at the sizes of those babies. And then those yellow ones, I don't know what they are, from Costco. I got the seeds. I got one last year that was just sweet as honey. And so I wanted to keep that strand. You can see our potatoes are growing in amongst these guys, which is a good thing because these vines hold the potatoes up. And looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay. See if I can get out of here. Can't step on the plants. I just did. Anyways, so it'll be okay if I didn't damage it. Hopefully it won't have no fruit on it. Yeah, it doesn't have anything on it. This one here I damaged. It'll be okay. Okay. And so, look at this. We got 2 of them right here. They get really yellow when they get ripe. There's a great big one in there turning yellow. Anyway, so gotta stay busy. I've had cancer 3 times. I had a gangrenous gallbladder. They have a name for it. Cystistis or something like that. Dustistis. I don't know. Don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, yeah, we're going to have to address that right there. But we got these big old cherry tomatoes. Now the skins on these, this is a volunteer plant, and the skins on these have gotten, they're real thick, so may not be able to eat them. We'll see. I'm about half tempted to cut that guy off. Anyways, everything's looking pretty good. I mean, we're going to have a good crop of tomatoes off of these plants, unless something bad happens, right? Like some kind of a insect or a virus gets them. What you doing in there? What are you finding? Anyway, so let me show you real quick. Well, hello, Mo. This is Mama. Her and Molly are the two smartest of the whole bunch. They like to go out there and sit right on the edge. They like to go up that brush up there in this brush line, get right on the edge, and they go down there. And I'm telling you, I keep telling them, you better stop doing that. So there's our watermelons. So there's our little curlicue, if you can see it. I don't think you can see it through the fence, but when these watermelons are ready and they're done, they've got all the sugar in them they're going to get, the little curlicue that's closest to the melon will die, turn brown. That means that melon's done. And you should pick it, because you don't want no rot to set in. So, and I got it wrote down, all the different kinds of melons I got in here. Potatoes are doing well. So that's good to know. I didn't know I could grow potatoes. Those potatoes was just left over from when we were growing potatoes in this patch. So that's a good thing to know. We'll probably keep growing them together. There, the water shut off. Now it's watering the tomatoes, which I don't think they need any more water. Seems to be watering twice, and we don't want that. Anyways, I got to reprogram that controller over there. So that's that for Sunday morning. It's a glorious day. It's a wonderful day. It's Lord's Day. Actually, yesterday, if you look at your calendar, Saturday is the 7th day. Sunday is the first day of the week. So I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist. No, don't get me wrong. I believe in God, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And then, you know, and I probably need to pray over my garden more, because I pray over my fruit trees and they do well. And I probably need to pray over this stuff too. So I'll do that as soon as I get off camera. And you see these little plants here. Those are called wild prickly lettuce. And they have if you snap the stem off, they'll have a little milky substance that oozes out of them. And it calms you down, and there's so many of these wild plants that can help you, and God put them there for us for a reason, right? Instead of using all these pharmaceuticals, where do you think the pharmaceuticals came from, right? They came from wild plants, and then they synthesized them and made them worse. Anyways, so we're looking forward to harvesting our melons, and our prickly lettuce is beyond harvest, because once they get the pods on them and they get those little fuzzy, like cattails, little fuzzy seeds on them when they pop open, and you can see them there. And you want to harvest that before that, and then you can take and chop it up and then put it with some kind of solvent, and whether it's water or alcohol or something like that, and you can make yourself a tincture or something. I mean, I think it's against federal law to use a solvent like alcohol or naphtha or something like that, but you can do it with water, I'm pretty sure. Whoops, sorry, pardon me. Anyways, so there's those two watermelons. And then we have one right here. See if I can find it here on the screen. There it is right there. Here's that critter. And then we have some of these guys, these green ones. Hoping, look at there, that curlicue has already died. That melon might be ready. Oh no, it's not attached to that. So the nearest curlicue for this guy would be, it tried to grow between the fence and I had to, so here's the curlicue. It's just bent over. I can't get my fingers in there. Whoops, I broke it off. So it would be that one back there. Anyways, so there we are. We got melons. We also have melons I can see that didn't get pollinated. Those yellow ones are going to be delicious. We're going to, sometime in August, we'll be planting these. So there was a mama fox that was coming around, and she had 3 little ones. And they're so cute, and they were just so tiny. And she was by herself. I didn't see Papa, but I'm sure Papa's around because they mate for life. But, you know, some animals got better. They're better than humans. They got more morality than humans do. But so I was putting food out for them. And then we had a family of skunks that showed up. So I had to stop putting food out. And I'm pretty sure they've moved on, but I'm not sure. I hope so. I haven't smelled them in a few nights, because if you got skunks living by you, they set up shop in your shed or under your shed, and they like to do that. So, because there's water here available, you know, they are carnivoric, and they're carnivores, so they will eat meat. So here's where they were living. I don't want to get too close in case they're in there, but skunks have a tendency, you can see that pipe right there. This is drainage for this area. It goes out there and dumps out the bank. It goes out that way. But here they are. So I haven't made a video in a while, and I thought I probably ought to do one. Hopefully I can get some likes and some subscribers. Not that I'm trying to make money, because that's not my concern. We live pretty comfortably. We don't take very many vacations, although I'm getting a vacation in August to the coast for 3 days. That's going to be pretty awesome with my grandkids, Luke and Grace. So we're going to do that, and everybody's trying to get their last end of summer vacations in. You know, most of the vacations are in, especially in Alaska, most of the people go up there in July because their summers are very, very short. When August rolls around, it can just snap off cold and snow and rain and do all kinds of stuff. Anyways, here we are. Thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. And this video shows this as it is. We are going to build a cover over this deck here next week, and we have a contractor to do that for us. If I was able and capable, I would do it myself, because I love to build. Just love to build. I've always loved to build, and that's why I love construction and why I was a general engineering contractor for 30 years. Anyways, here we are. This is what we're going to do. It's going to come all the way out here. It's going to be supposed to be 2 feet back. This concrete is 6 inches thick, and it's a 7 sack. So it's going to be plenty hard enough. Set the post on. So we're going to have a post at the corner down there, 2 feet back from the edge of the building. We're going to have a post right there, and we're going to have a post over here somewhere, 2 feet back from this edge. So it's probably going to be right here, or maybe right back there. This can cantilever, and we want it cantilevered over this area right here to cover it. The more you can cover your patios and decks in Redding, the better off you are. Found that out. Okay, that guy there's not finished. We got to finish trimming, get a board across the front, trim it out, trim the sides out, trim the corners out. We have the trim, we just need to do it. Okay, that's it. And there's our infamous generator because PG&E is so unreliable. And it's not just because PG&E, it's got a lot to do with I forget what they call it. It's a commission that's appointed by the governor, Governor Newsom. And of course he puts all the communists in there because he is a communist. Anyway, so God bless you guys. Have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.